Lavonda.
And welcome to Homeschoolific.
So today we're going to focus on homeschooling through life challenges.
That's a big one.
It is a big one.
Yeah.
I feel like people really need to hear that there will be challenges and how to overcome those challenges.
Agreed. And I think we also need to understand that because of homeschooling giving you the flexibility that it does, those challenges are actually often going to be more easy to navigate.
Yeah.
So one of the challenges that I had, the first challenges I had, and I bet you might be in the same place, was newborns.
Ooh, yeah.
Newborns.
That was my second one.
That was your second one?
No, it was the first, because Bishop. Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. So homeschooling with a newborn, which actually I have to say the newborn wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Newborns are a breeze.
Yeah, newborns are a breeze.
The toddlers.
Oh, the toddlers.
It's the toddlers.
when they are crawling and reaching,
it's
and you're
just
trying to find something to do, they're squirmy.
Yes, and then the silence, that earth-shattering silence, that means they're up to no good. There's just always they're on the move because they need to move.
Yes.
So it's just
But let's back up over to to newborns real quick. Why was it easy for you?
Well, with newborns, it was easy for me because I could just strap them to me and get stuff done. Mm-hmm. If nothing else, they were hungry, I could stop and feed them and still do things. They weren't mobile. So and they wanted to be with me.
Yeah, very content to be right there, strapped on you like they are in the womb. And I learned that I am extremely ambidextrous once I start carrying, because sometimes I had the right sling going on, and so I'm usually right-handed and I'm writing with my left hand on the whiteboard. But not that you have to learn that. The thing is that was really easy.
You might have to.
You might. But it was really easy. Newborn was actually nice. I actually enjoyed that stage. So if you're pregnant and you're worried about homeschooling, that first part, that's going to be easy. Just make sure you have a Moby or an Ergo.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the next one for me was trying to homeschool with a baby and a toddler. Well, they were really both babies because Bishop had just turned 1 and Logan was a newborn.
I never did that.
And so Logan was a fussy baby. He always wanted me and he was always hungry. And so that was just a continuous thing. Once those things were satisfied, he was fine, but he didn't want anyone else. And so that's what brought challenges when I was wanting to do a particular homeschool curriculum that involved me reading lots to my little one at the time, which was
we
Miracle.
were in the same place in that. Yeah, I remember.
I'm like, let's send you back. I'll keep the books. They're really good, but I'm not about to do 5 hours of reading today.
So there's what you need to know. If you have a child that's a toddler or a newborn, because they turn into toddlers,
they do.
You need a curriculum, or you need to choose a way of schooling that will allow a little more hands off right now.
For newborns
and toddlers.
Okay.
So for me, I would suggest, like Lavonda said, when you're looking at your curriculum or your teaching style, you want to think about your child you want to think about how many times you're going to be interrupting. You're going to have to stop and go. Mm-hmm. And you need to make peace with that, because that's just what it's going to be.
It is. Some
kids still play pretty well independently. Playpens.
Yeah, toddlers. Oh, absolutely. The pack and plays were my best friend. We had a pack and play. We put them in there with their toys. They played with toys, and then I would help my daughter while we were doing that, which she, at the time I think she was 6, so first grade work. So we'd work on those things, and it was short bursts. It wasn't a whole lot. And then I could go back and grab them, or we can continue going. But they had that time where they could play, or somebody was strapped to me, or somebody was strapped to my front and my back.
Yeah, that does happen.
Or someone's taking a nap, like all the different things. You just have to roll with the punches and not be so hard. Those are the times where grace. You need to give yourself grace during that time period when you have toddlers and babies, because your days won't look the same.
Yes, grace is the biggest thing here, and then also incorporate your older kids because they want to help.
Yes.
You know, and I would also say focus on the 3 R's, which are
reading, writing, and arithmetic. That's what we did.
Get that done.
That's what we do anyway.
Everything else is gravy.
Kindergarten through second, that's our only focus, and then after that, I add other things. So it made it easier making those 3 things the focus with our oldest, and then continuing on.
If you watch our courses talking about curriculum, it'll give in depth about all the different courses that we have that we feel is probably one of the more popular ones.
Yeah.
And that would actually help you to decide. Because I have some favorites that I used in those times, and they really did help. And there are things that can aid you in that and still help you to achieve your goals, but it also depends on what your goals are.
That's true.
We have a course about that one too, don't we?
Yes, goals. Ooh.
Yeah.
The next one I'm gonna say is homeschooling through a move, because that's what came next for us.
Yeah.
So we were teaching with the baby, and then we moved while I was pregnant with another baby. And then that other baby came. But anyway, homeschooling through a move. So what I would say is for us was that we kept it. First of all, we did not homeschool while we were moving.
Yeah. There's a pause.
There's a break.
Yeah.
I can only do so much. First of all, I love to pack. And so I had to, my energy for packing, I could get us packed easily. So I still homeschool while I was packing. However, when we were actually moving, especially we were moving across the country.
Oh, right.
There's no way I could have done that. And then we had an accident. There was a whole nother story, but a testimony. But there was no way I was going to homeschool through that. But when we got back and got settled, that was when we started again.
And those are something you want to think about. I would take, because we've done it, I'm not going to say how many times, it'd be embarrassing. I've done it, and I took the week off. So the day or two beforehand, and school got very small, and if you're assigned to a virtual school or a school that's accredited, you need to talk with them and say, hey, we're going to need to take this time. What can we do? And almost always they can work with you. There's so much flexibility there. But take that time, move, get yourself situated, because if you try to do it all in the between, it's just going to be frustrating.
It will be.
Yeah, and no one's happy. So take that week. Take 2 weeks if you need to. And if you're homeschooling independently, take the 2 weeks. Throw it at the end of the school year.
Absolutely.
And do it in the summer. It'll bless you. It'll be fine.
And another thing, if you're homeschooling independently, we have to watch, because some things we do and we think that like, oh, this is just life and it's fun, but it also counts towards your homeschooling hours.
It does.
Whether you have to track your hours or not, you know, on our move, it's geography, because we're stopping at landmarks. That's what we do, at least. We're stopping at landmarks on the way. You know,
we call that school.
That is school. This is geography.
Right.
Does Big Texan count as a landmark? Because we stopped there in Texas.
We'll call it school.
Yep.
So
culinary arts. We were, what was it? The people that come and taste the food, they're critics.
Food critics.
Yeah.
You know, you never know what your kid's gonna grow up to be. That might be a touch point. Like,
I'm messing. Some of that I'm joking, but the other, not the test tasters, but the geography. That's a complete way to go through. And even if you wanted to give your kids, you know, you give them little things to do on your trip if you're moving long distances. They had workbooks and crayons and. Yes.
I mean, think about packing a box, learning to organize things, label things, counting, items or how many books can fit in here. You can make school happen.
Absolutely. It will look different, but you can still
get creative.
I guess you can. I guess we can't say don't do it. We're saying
creatively school.
Yes, it will look different. Make it look different. Put the books away and focus on life skills. And
packing and moving is a life skill.
It is.
It will happen to everyone at some point in your life. So that's a real thing.
Yep.
So what's another one? Death. That's the one. Yeah, because death happens. If you live, you keep living, then death happens, unfortunately. That's one of them. And I would also, again, most of the time in public school, we let the school know and we take time off. That's just a time for mourning. Everyone's used to it. And I would say continue that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely take that time to mourn. I think it's an important part of just the comforting and healing of your family. And there's no point in adding any extra added stress trying to get someone to do these extra things.
What's another major thing? Sicknesses. Yeah, sicknesses would be another major event that happens. And that could be the sickness, like it's you or it could be your kids.
Yes.
We call those sick days.
Yes, absolutely.
Just
sick
like
days.
in public school.
Or
it's
at
no
work.
Different. Or work. You have a sick day. It's no different.
That's
so
right.
You just work through it. You do the best you can. I mean.
You do. And I usually take that time to just spoil my kids. If I'm the one sick, then they usually just come and help mom. First of all, I am not I'm not the mom that will homeschool while I'm sick. Because I know that I need to rest to come back and be my best self. I will give them little things to do that, like maybe independent work, things I know that they can do by themselves, and it's no problem.
Well, that's a good point. Always have something extra that you just have some worksheets or fun things that the kids can do that would be beneficial instead of just watching TV.
So what do we say? Like, let's talk about another challenge that you'll face while another challenge.
Other life challenges.
Yeah, it's like that.
Okay, so go ahead.
Oh, do we have another one?
No.
Oh.
So these are the different life challenges you may come up with. And there's going to be tons of others.
Homeschool will look different during certain things. You're still educating your kids and they're learning something different. It may not be from a book. Sometimes it's life skills, and that's okay. That's
and
really
just
good.
like LaVonda said, her kids help take care of her when she's sick. That's teaching your children compassion and how to care for people when they're ill.
Absolutely.
That's a life skill. Kids need to learn that. They don't learn it automatically. That's why we have some people in the world that are not so nice. Their parents didn't do a good job.
Oh. Let's not put that in there.
Okay.
Shame.
I'm so hot, I can't.
It's okay. So thank you for joining us on another episode of Homeschoolific as we work through life's challenges and homeschooling through those challenges. We can't wait to see you guys next time.
Bye.